Hi, I'm Amy Shannon of Amy's Bookshelves Reviews, and this is the featured YouTube review. I reviewed the book, The Tales of Peter the Pixie, Volume 1, New Friends by Gary Gedall, and I gave it 4 stars. I The book is, well, it's a wonderful book, and it is divided into parts. So I had also read part 1 just about Peter, when Peter meets the ants. Um, and so I think that this is like the whole book, and then the other parts are also going to be released in short little stories. So that's my assumption, because I read Peter and the Ants part 1 first, and then I read this one, and I'm like, wait, I just read this, and then I realized what was going on. So either way, it's a wonderful story. I've read work from this author before, and he has a variety of types of writing, and his writing style, whether he's writing for adults or children, is just remarkable. I really enjoyed reading this book. I really love reading kids' books. It's it kind of brings you back, and a lot of stories have morals, and um, they're educational without beating the kid over the head saying learn this, learn this, learn this. um, you want reading to be fun and enjoyable, and personally I think that um, every person should know how to read, um, and I believe that children can be, let's see, if you read to a child and have them read back to you, it's one of the most wonderful things that could happen. And you know, um, but I think parents and guardians and aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas can learn a lot from reading a child's book. They might learn something. Children, they probably have more humanity than anyone. So anyways, I want to get back to the story. The Tales of Peter the Pixie and Volume 1, New Friends. And because I had it on Kindle, I have printed out a copy of the cover. The cover will also be added to the end of this video. And the review is, I give it 4 stars. It's a wonderfully told story. Gedall pens a grand children's story in the Tales of Peter the Pixie, Volume 1, New Friends. I have read work from this author before and I really enjoyed it. It's a remarkable story from children and it's done in different parts. I know this is volume 1, and when I started reading it, I realized the difference between this and the different parts of the story that had been released. I enjoyed being introduced to Peter the Pixie. I don't know a lot about pixies, and Peter was a grand one. This book would be perfect to read to a child and have the child read it back. It's educational and yet it has a great moral, and it's really fun to read. So since it's that fun to read, I wanted to share, instead of a synopsis of the book, I wanted to share an excerpt which I found is, um, it has a very important message. And um, and just by knowing it and reading it, it can make you feel good, and that's what people need. All right. Nobody knows that you're here, and that must mean that you don't want anyone to know. But I do. I just didn't realize there were other creatures in the forest. Would you like to meet some of them? Yes, please, Peter replied, starting to feel enthusiastic. Come on then. And then they were off, two young, excited creatures of earth. Robin introduced Peter to many of the forest folks. Horace the hummingbird, the postman and forest gossip, Oswald the old owl who was a bit pompous and posh, Terence the tortoise, very careful and steady, Freddie the fox, just the opposite, very fast and flighty, Marvin and Melissa the moles, Grandma squirrels and all the other squirrels, and of course, all of the wonderful rabbits. They were friendly and welcomed Peter in their own ways. Horace zipped through the air and spoke so fast that his words all tumbled together. Hello, Peter, very nice to meet you. So how old are you? When did you arrive? Where do you live? How do you do, young man? I am exceptionally pleased to meet your acquaintance, was only to be expected from Oswald, and so on and so forth. Everyone was so kind to him, and he was invited to tea by 3 different families, the rabbits, the moles, and the squirrels. Of course, he chose to have tea with his new friend Robin, but promised to come back in the next few days and visit the others. And so it was that Peter nestled into his soft, warm bed that night, full and content with the world. Now, wouldn't it be nice if we were all full and content with the world when we went to bed at night? This has been Amy Shannon. Be safe and be well. Thank you.